Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sensei Kevlar. If you have made it this far in your adventure, you really need to congratulate yourself at this point. Your journey with me is now effectively complete, at least the leg of it that we started on when we started down this adventure. I have now taught you everything that I know about how to be a master trader. I have showed you how to build strategies for profitability. I have showed you how to master your planning. I have showed you how to schedule your markets to maximize your opportunities. I've shown you how to automate those opportunities for yourself. And I've showed you, most importantly, how to establish peace of mind and master your own profitability. It really does come down to planning and being master of your plan. So today what I want to talk to you about is the future of how that looks for you and everyone else around you. First of all, if you remember, we started this journey by studying fundamentals. We went back to basics. We said, what is a candle? What is the wick? What does volume mean? What are these indicators? What are these lines? All of those things. For many of you, this was review, and for some of you, this was completely new. This is something that you had never studied before. By now, all of you should be at the point where you are looking at charts and you are seeing patterns without even drawing the lines, without even drawing the Fibonacci retracements, without coming in here with your drawing tools. You should already be able to see the resistance that's happening on this line right here, because you can see it with your eyes. Then you can see it come over here, enter into support without even having to do this. By now, you should be so sick of staring at your Google spreadsheets with your documents in them that you have them memorized. You've gotten to the point with your mastery that you don't even need to pull up your Google sheet to know where your next buy-in level is. You know exactly what your plan for profitability is because you have mastered your plan. You have taken the time to create your own tools. I didn't give you this spreadsheet. Maybe you borrowed some idea from somebody else, but at the end of the day, you had to come in here and understand what these formulas were doing for you. You had to understand what these things meant to you in terms of your planning and your profitability. You had to master your planning and master your profitability. And in this way, you became master traders. In this way, you started as students, and now you are all master students. As I am myself a master student, I am always learning. I am always growing. I am always looking for new opportunities to explore these markets, looking for new ways to create opportunities for myself, because that is the way of the trader, ultimately. The way of the trader is you create opportunities for yourself. When the market is moving down, you're doing opportunity creation. And when the market is moving up, you're celebrating that opportunity creation in the increase in your net worth. You don't lose money, you make it. You make it in terms of more assets. You take your trophies and you be profitable with them later. You know that as a master trader, you will always be profitable if you follow your strategy, and if your strategy is a good one, then it will always have you making good plans. This is the way of the trader. This is the art of practicing blindfolded. You need to get to the point as a trader where you can see the plan without looking at the plan, where you can pull up the chart and already know where you are in the market without looking over at your spreadsheet, where you can look at the chart, where you can pull up, where you can wake up in the morning and know the directionality of the chart without looking at the chart. This is the way of the master trader. You own your profitability. You own your plan. You own every aspect of your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is what ultimately leads you to further riches. Now, if you remember carefully, just a couple lessons back, I told you, last lesson I told you, or two lessons ago, I told you very, very important. one of the most important aspects of this lifestyle is not going alone. I have tried very, very hard to impress upon you that the reason that the markets go up and stop here, and then go down and stop here, and get rejected here, is because others are paying attention to the exact same things that you are paying attention to. They're talking about these things in exactly the same way that you are now talking about them. They're using the same vocabulary and they're using the same language to describe the same concepts. Concepts that you now understand, concepts that you can now describe, concepts that you can now take advantage of if you know how to create those opportunities for yourself. One of the greatest opportunities that you can create for yourself is by immersing yourself in these opportunities, by becoming a part of the community that is creating these opportunities. You can further leverage these opportunities. And this is the opportunity that we now have before us. Let me just talk a little bit more about the path that we've come down. When I started doing this myself 20 years ago as a trader, and almost coming up on 3 years ago as a mentor, I had no idea the network that I would end up building as a result. The amount of people who I would encounter, the amount of lives who I would eventually change as I showed them how the markets go up and then come down on them, and where they come down to, and how to build these opportunities for yourself, how to build these opportunities out of these market motions right here. Lives got changed in the process of doing that, of educating, of learning and teaching and showing people how to master their profitability. And in doing so, we learn the strength in numbers. We learn the strength in coming together and sharing our schedules. I really can't stress this enough. If you are going to buy when it comes down to this level right here, you should be screaming to everyone in the world. You should be talking about this as loud and as proud as you can, that this is where you're going to buy. And then this is where you're going to buy again. And then this is where you're going to buy again. And this is your schedule. And this is your schedule. Through the power of groups and scheduling, together we can create more opportunities for ourselves and for each other. And this is really the opportunity that we have before us. You see, this whole time, I haven't just been creating master traders. I've been working on creating a community of master traders. But ultimately, I can't be the leader of that community any more than East Coast Crypto can be the leader of that community, or any one of us individually can be the leader of that community. Instead, what we have to do is we have to take group ownership of that community. I have to play my part, and you have to play your part. And if everybody agrees to play their part, if we all agree to come together, and we all agree to stay together, and work these schedules together, and do this planning together, then we can all come out together. We can all benefit from these opportunities together. And so the first celebration and big announcement that I want to make today is the ongoing membership that you have already paid for. Your investment in your time just got better. If you are a whale, and if you are watching this live in my real time room, or have paid, or you have been in the dojo and you've been through the boiler room and are now ready to enter the dojo proper, you are invited already, and you will have a lifetime membership for as long as we continue to do this together as a group, to the Whale Newsroom, a alumni only membership room in which people who have been through this course continue their opportunity creation with each other. Together, this won't cost us anything except for your time and investment in working together as a team of people who have put their time and effort into mastering their profitability and demonstrated themselves worthy of, of following the path of the way of the trader to profitability and becoming a member of that community. There is an aspect of exclusivity here because we want to make this a room of higher intelligence. We want to make this a room of people who are serious about their planning. So I do need you to go through the dojo and go through the boiler room in order to gain access. But if you already have, if you already paid and got through and got in on this first dojo, you're in. You're done. Your membership has been paid forever. Congratulations. You made an important investment in your future by investing in your peers, by investing in your friends. The friends that you have created throughout this journey will continue to be the friends that will continue to help you through this journey. I can't do it alone. You need to rely on other people. You need to rely on everyone else in the community. And we need to make this community bigger. And together we can do that, which is why I'm really excited to announce the next opportunity that we're creating. You see, this whole time I've been trying really hard to find people who are really, really disciplined about their learning and really, really disciplined about creating opportunities for themselves. And there have been some students who have very much outshined everyone else. And I'm not going to name names. What I'm going to say is that for those of you who have put in the time and commitment and the energy to really mastering your plans, really mastering your opportunities for profitability, you have succeeded in creating a new opportunity for yourself. And that opportunity is one to replace me. You see, I'm going on now to teach the Master Dojo class, in which all of the existing students will be invited to join the next phase of their development. In this class, we will be discussing advanced automation and advanced analysis techniques. If you are a coder, you are going to see some code that I hope you have never seen before as we explore the depths of machine learning, neural networks, evolutionary computation, random forest walks, uh, uh, generative adversarial neural networks. There is so many cool things that we are going to look into in the master class. And if you are not a coder, this is really going to get exciting for you, because I can't teach you how to code, but I can teach you how to think like a coder does. And in this way, you can start to master your tool set. Now, what I'm going to tell you is if you think you're not a coder and you can't learn to code, well, you probably walked into this room thinking you're not a trader and you can't learn how to trade. What I'm going to tell you is that you don't have to be a coder to act like a coder. You don't have to be a whale to act like a whale. And you don't have to be a trader to start acting like a trader. Get into the room and start seeing how the masters do it, because we are going to be the analysis that takes place. It's not just the process that is the learning process. It's also what comes out of that analysis that will really provide the value. So even if you're not walking away and going, wow, I'm going to write code now, the amount of information that you're going to take away of that from that is going to be massive. So what I am offering is for one student to replace me in the next boiler room. We are going to be opening the doors this weekend for signups for the next boiler room. The price will remain the same, 0.01 Bitcoin, which I hope people will say has been the opportunity of a lifetime to really understand all of these processes that allow you to see these charts in a whole new way and master your profitability and create opportunities for yourself. If you're looking at this right now, I'm seeing an opportunity, and I know people in the room did before. Those people who have sat there and mastered this, I want you to apply yourself. I want you to come to me and say, I have the schedule and the discipline to do what you do and teach what you have taught me. And this is an opportunity for you because you know that this is a paid opportunity. You will be sharing in the revenue for your time commitment. And the idea is that we want to do more of this. We want to create more opportunities. We want to create more opportunities on these downsides and more opportunities on these upsides. So as this community continues to grow and roll along, we want to leverage other opportunities. We want to create other master students who are teaching under their sensei. We want to grow this idea of a community that is focused on higher learning and crypto. Those two things come together combined, we can really make a run of this and create some real opportunities for ourselves. By leveraging these opportunities, I hope that a master student will come forward and say, I want to teach the next boiler room. Come to me and say, I have mastered my discipline, and prove it to me. And if I find you worthy, I will consider it. I'm not making any promises, and I'm fully prepared to teach the next boiler room myself if I have to. But I'd really like some help, and I'd really like to share in that opportunity with the person who does the helping. So this is that opportunity. In addition, we've got so many more opportunities ahead of us. As we continue to do scheduling together, as we continue to investigate more opportunities, I know people in the room who are getting ready to write bots. I know people in the room who are getting ready to launch other community-based projects that we can all benefit from. Community-based projects that we can all get into these opportunities. And if you feel that you are ready to join my masterclass and really supercharge your opportunities, I'm going to ask a slightly higher price. Instead of 0.01 BTC, I'm asking 0.05 BTC. And if you have been following my class, I hope you will say that that is worth it. I hope you will say that the amount of learning that you did for 0.01 BTC made you so incredibly profitable that ponying up 0.05 BTC, even in this absolutely crazy market, would absolutely be worth it in every way. So I really do invite you to leverage these opportunities for yourself. Finally, I want to ensure that we're leveraging the right opportunities as far as our community creation goes. I want to be sure that if you are bringing in people into this community, if you are bringing in signing up members for this boiler room, we'll get you into the dojo, we'll get you into the boiler room. If you are an active participant, if you are bringing in people and making good investments as far as creating our community, we will invest in you. We will invest in your time. We will invest in your learning. We will invest in creating opportunities for you if you invest in us. So I really do hope that during this time in my dojo, you have learned to come together as a team. Learn to play well with others in this environment. Learn to share your learning. Learn to share your understanding. Learn that through learning and through sharing, we can create more upside opportunities on all of these downside motions. I want to leverage this for this community over and over and over again. And I want to leverage it for other communities too. If you're in another community, start learning, start teaching, start preaching, start talking about profitability. And this will be our final lesson regarding dojo. Dojo and group go hand in hand. This is something that's really, really, really important. And if you don't understand group dynamics, I'm going to teach you something really, really important right now. This is a talk given by one of my favorite speakers on the YouTube. His name is Simon Sinek, and he gives talks about group dynamics and profitability and mindset. He is one of my mentors, and I really love working with him. At TED, he gave a lightning talk in which he talked about group dynamics with regards to people in crowds, and he pointed out something very, very important. What we have here is we have a lone leader. This is a guy, he's up on a hill, he's at a festival, and he's dancing. And what he's doing is he's dancing alone. He's not telling other people that they need to dance. He's not being instructive. He's saying that I'm enjoying dancing, and I think you might enjoy dancing too. Now, look at what just happened. As soon as he's dancing, somebody else came along and he started dancing with him, okay? Now, what did they do together? Did they say, "No, you can't dance"? Not quite the opposite. Instead, they said, "Come, dance with me. This is fun. Let's dance together. I like dancing." Okay. Now, what happened here is if this guy is a leader, this guy played a very important role in his leadership. This guy is his first follower. And the role of the first follower is critical because what it does is it legitimizes the leader. As soon as you have a leader, then you have a first follower. What you have is you have legitimization of the leadership. This guy is saying, yeah, actually, I think it might be fun to dance. This guy has the right idea. I think I'm going to follow him and his leadership. So let's see what happens now. Is as they start to develop their dance together, look at what happens is he's calling to his friends. He's saying, come on, come dance with me. And he's inviting more people to come and be a part of this movement. Okay. And as they make this look more and more fun, well, eventually what happens is that people start to get addicted to this idea of fun. They're not being instructive, they're having fun. And as soon as you get two people who are having fun, and this is legitimized the fun, well, you get a third person in the scene, and now he's having fun. And as soon as you get a third person in the scene, well, now it's no longer just some crazy random dude dancing. You've got a fourth and a fifth and a sixth and a 10th and a 20th. Why? Because they legitimized the leadership. They legitimized the dancing. They said it's okay to dance. And pretty soon, you don't just have a lone guy dancing any longer. You have a movement. You have created from one person saying, look, I'm having fun. You have created a movement. And together, this movement has power. Together, this movement has the power to bring in more people and create a bigger movement. Now, they didn't do this by saying, come on, you got to come dance. They did this by saying, come on, I'm enjoying dancing, and I think that you can enjoy dancing too. This is how you create a movement, and this is how you do leadership in a community. Is you don't tell others, hey, you got to use this tool, hey, you got to do it this way. You say, hey, I'm being profitable. I'm using a technique that is making me profitable, and that technique is making me happy. And the more happiness I get, the more likely I am to make myself profitable. And the more profitable I am, well, the more happy I get. So if you're the lone guy on the hill dancing, keep dancing. Keep being profitable in your community. Get in your Facebook and talk about your profitability. Get in your other Discord chats and talk about profitability. Get in everywhere that you can and talk about how much fun you're having being profitable in crypto. Talk about how great these markets are. Share with people why the market going down is a good thing. Share with people why the opportunity creation is available to everyone if only they join up. You can't control the community. You can't control the ownership. You can only invite the people in and hope that they want to dance with you. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to turn the volume up. I'm trying to say, hey, let's dance. Let's not just dance in Discord. Let's dance in Skype. Let's dance in these other places. Let's dance in Facebook. Let's create communities everywhere that we go of excited people. And we do this by talking about how much fun we're having and creating first followers who then follow us into our profitability. And then once we have first followers, then we have a movement, then we can have motion, then we can have real opportunity creation for everyone who's involved in the movement. And this is how you create opportunity for yourself. And this is the way of the trader. And so I really hope to see you all moving forward Now, for my final announcement. Since we got into this a little bit early in the month, I have decided to, I wouldn't say, I've decided to do a series of lightning talks over the course of the next week. Lightning talks being 30 minutes, maybe less, and I'm going to be going into a deep dive on economics, foundational economics, fundamental economics, but not just regular old economics, blockchain economics. I'm going to be studying how blockchain economics work. I'm going to be going back to the fundamentals of how mining works and how all of these things come together. I'm going to be using really big terms like miracle hash trees and um, and and coin days destroyed, and all of these really interesting things that further inform and how inflation works, and all these things that further inform how these markets work. And so I do hope that over the course of the next week, as we prepare for the next boiler room, that my master's student will step forward and present himself. And if I don't choose you, don't take that personally. There will be other opportunities for you in this community. I just need to make sure that we are making the right opportunities for everyone at this time. And so I have to make that decision alone. And that's the other thing about community that I do want to remind you is that as good as a community is, ultimately at the end of the day, you have to own your decisions and you have to own your profitability and you have to own yourself. You have to own your plan. And if a community isn't working out for you, or if it's not giving you what you want, you should join a different community. You should go where it is you feel welcome and you feel profitable and you feel like this is the message that you want to be a part of. I have tried really, 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 really hard to spread my message to this community and to other communities that I'm in and make this the message that I'm about: profitability, opportunity creation, group group opportunity creation. And I hope that you will join me as my first followers in the creation of those opportunities as we move forward with our host East Coast Crypto and in other communities as well. Because our host East Coast Crypto has been incredibly generous in helping us to create these opportunities for ourselves, and he's now about to help us create even more upside opportunities for us in these regards. And we have so many other communities like Cryptex and all these and Facebook, all these communities on Facebook. Get into their discords, get into the Facebook groups. This only works when we make our voices heard everywhere that we can be heard. This is not an exclusivity thing. I'm not trying to create a place where the only knowledge that we share is in East Coast Crypto's room. I'm trying to create a place of belonging, and I'm trying to create other communities where we have safe spaces, where we have these opportunities for creation of upside opportunities on every downside. So I really hope that you will stay with me in the continuing weeks and months and even years to come as we explore our opportunities together. And I hope that you will continue to create opportunities for yourself as I have tried really, really hard to teach you how to do. And I hope that you will continue to explore all of those opportunity creations with me and with the rest of the group, because that is the way of the trader. Thank you very much.